what is the real value of your 2026 Dynasty fantasy selections in those rookie redrafts? We already have a couple mock drafts on the channel, and you should know that by now. And let me just break it down. The value, it's not good after 9 selections. There are 9, maybe 10 good players in the first round of your rookie redraft. After that, big value cliff. Specifically in the second round of your rookie redrafts this year, it's going to be trash. You're going to be shooting darts in a barrel, looking at like 8, 9%, 10% hit rates on those second round selections. So these are the guys that you want to trade your 2026 picks for instead. Listen, as we progress in the offseason, your picks are going to go up in value. It's simple impatience. As we get buzz on the combine, as we get news surrounding the draft and people declaring, your league mates are going to think that these players are studs. They're going to think that Kaytron Allen is the next Travis Etienne, which isn't even a great comp, but they're going to think that these guys are alphas, and you can capitalize on that right now. The second round of the rookie redraft, let's just break it down. These are guys: Nick Singleton, Kaytron Allen, Jacoby Lane, Chris Bell, Jeremy Bernard, Omar Cooper, Eli. That is my latest second round selections in my rookie mock draft video that you guys can check out on this channel. And the guys that you can get instead with second round picks, let's take a look. Kyle Pitts. He had the breakout season. We watched it happen live before our eyes in that Tampa Bay game where he dropped 46 points, and he maintained pretty well almost every other week of the season. Now, we don't know how it's going to be with Penix, because Penix doesn't know how to throw a football. He's JJ McCarthy 2.0. But Kyle Pitts, I think that the breakout is here. We've seen tight ends take a couple of years before they really hit their prime. You know, it's not like receivers, where receivers, if they're still bums by year 3 or year 4, you're cooked. Whereas with Pitts, he had the good rookie season, and now he had his best season ever in his 5-year career. I think Kyle Pitts is somebody that's trending up. We all know that the Falcons' offense is trending up, hopefully, if they have serviceable quarterback play from Michael Penix in 2026. But with Bijan Robinson alone, he's going to, propel that offense forward. You have Bijan, Drake London, Mooney, and if you have a serviceable quarterback, Pitts will be involved. He will be involved in the red zone. Look at the touchdown rate. The touchdown rate was the best of his career, even though it was low. So I think Kyle Pitts is somebody that's going to have a good next couple of seasons. He's only 25 years old. He's a year younger than McBride. He's only a couple of years older than Brock Bowers, who everyone's treating like a golden young child. So I would go trade a second round pick for Pitts. I would happily do that when I think that Pitts might even be a better tight end than Kenyon Sadiq, who's going to be getting drafted probably in the 106, 107 spot in the first round of your rookie redraft. Michael Wilson, we watched this guy have the breakout as well. Now, this one's a bit more risky, right? Because we talked about receivers having these, this guy's now an alpha. Michael Wilson is in year 3. Year 3, he took a big step forward. Everything was the same from the snap percent data. The touchdown rate was also only slightly better, but we're seeing the receiving metrics highly improve. A lot more targets, a lot more receptions, a lot more receiving yards. Basically, he had a lot more opportunity. Almost everything else was very similar to the last 2 seasons for him. Now, why did he have more opportunity? Different quarterback play. You saw him switch up completely with how he played with Kyler Murray, absolutely trash, and then how he played with Jacoby Brissett, absolutely phenomenal. Now, another hidden piece here is what happens when Marvin Harrison Jr. comes back. Is he going to eat into the target share that Michael Wilson earned? There's going to be a lot of mouth to feed there in Arizona. Trey McBride, you're going to feed him no matter what, no matter who's quarterback. MHJ is going to want to be fed as well, or he's going to leave. MHJ is a couple years younger, and he has more of that superstar it factor to his name. So really, Michael Wilson, no matter what, will be the third option in this offense at best. And what I want you to know, and this is actually not a big thing. This is actually why I would still say, go trade for Michael Wilson. This guy was averaging 17 points per game over the last 7 or 8 weeks of the season, and his ranking does not reflect where he should actually be ranked. Look at him. Would I rather have Michael Wilson or Rico Dowdle, Michael Wilson or Tua, Michael Wilson or Mike Evans who's going to retire? He's not being ranked fairly. If Michael Wilson is not a one-hit wonder, if Michael Wilson come out and average 13, 14 points per game, there are guys in this same range of player that you can pivot off of to him, and it is a good upside shot. And specifically, we're talking about draft picks. I'm fine trading a second-round pick for Michael Wilson when the guys in the second round, you're looking at 8 or 9% chance of hit rates this year. It's not a great draft class. It's not a deep draft class, let's put it that way. So I'll go ahead and get him. Isaiah Likely. I'm not trading the second round pick for Likely, and I'm probably not trading an early third as well. But I am fine trading a late third, early fourth for Isaiah Likely, simply based on the fact that he is a free agent. The Ravens, they bring back Mark Andrews confirmed. We don't know if they're going to re-sign Likely. If they don't, I think Isaiah Likely can be a serviceable tight end elsewhere in this league. Where's it going to be? You know, there are a couple of tight ends that can be drafted. You have Sadiq, you have Eli Stowers. So there's teams that are going to potentially go tight end in the draft. You also have Pitts as a free agent. You have Likely. If Likely finds a home in Kansas City or in Denver, this guy will be fantasy relevant. He will be good. He's a good catcher of the football, a better catcher of the football than Mark Andrews, in my opinion. The Ravens just didn't have to use him as much as they did because they had Mark Andrews, and really they only use these guys in the red zone. So depending on the usability on his new team, if he does go elsewhere, I'm fine. Third or fourth round pick, shot in the dark, hope for a better situation for him in the future, and I think you're looking fine. Theo Johnson. Now, Theo Johnson's getting some buzz right now because he's out. I'm recording this, and it's before week 18, and he's out, you know, watching basketball games, and he's out with an illness. Kind of weird, but that's just funny. But Theo Johnson, athletic freak. That was his analytical profile coming out into the draft. This guy's super athletic. Year one, terrible quarterback play, terrible team. Year two, better quarterback play. And he got some more opportunities. So we saw him take a big step up from year one to year two. And heading into year three, I think there's a reason for optimism. This Giants offense still doesn't really have a good number two option behind Neighbors. You have Neighbors, you got Scatabo, I guess. He's going to have some receiving work. Alonzo Robinson had flashes. It's not great. You know, Darius Slayton, it's not great. Whereas Theo Johnson's the big body guy. He's going to be worked in the red zone specifically, which has me excited for him. And he's young. He's 25. Third round pick for Theo Johnson. Sayonara, buddy. This is a big value win if you can pull off a third round pick and go get the Giants, presumably tight end one for the next couple of years, especially in a tight end premium league. Go do that all day. Terren Ferguson, I'm actually going to go send some trade offers for him in my league right after this. This guy had the draft capital invested in by LA. He's attached to Stafford, and if the Rams don't win the Super Bowl, Stafford's probably not going to retire. Anybody attached to Stafford can be a fantasy superstar, a fantasy darling. We're seeing Ferguson increase his role as the season goes on. He is the Rams' tight end of the future. He also is scoring touchdowns. He's getting looks from Stafford. He's building trust with Stafford. And from that alone, go ahead and grab him. He is way too low in these rankings, which means if you can trade a third round pick, an early third, even a second, if you have to trade the 210, the 209 for Ferguson, I'm fine doing it. I really am. Because would I rather have Ferguson or would I rather have Jacoby Lane, Nick Singleton? I think that the hit rates are going to be very similar on those guys. And I think Ferguson gives you a lot of upside depending on how much longer Stafford has in the tank. So go ahead and look at him. Jaylen Milroe. Now we're looking at, I'm not trading the second round pick. You know, you'd probably, so whoever took Milroe took him with a second round pick in 2025. But they were hoping against Sam Darnold. Scam Darnold is playing the Seahawks into the playoffs, right? So the gamble here did not pay off. Now, Jaylen Milroe, he's not worth the second round pick. He's not worth the third round pick anymore. Borderline fourth round pick. I'd be comfortable sending a fifth and a sixth, a fifth and a sixth. That type of range, you probably have to send a fourth and maybe a player to get this deal done. But Jaylen Milroe has the rushing upside that we have not seen really since Justin Fields. If Jaylen Milroe was to get an opportunity anywhere, which he's not going to really get traded probably, like a lot of contingencies have to happen here, which is why his value went down from a second round pick all the way down to fourth. Now, this guy was a project quarterback. You know, he's getting reps in practice. He's getting experience at the NFL level in camp. He's going to have another camp under his belt. He's going to have more reps in practice with the second teamers. This is somebody where maybe doesn't get a chance till he's 25, 26. I'm fine throwing a fourth round pick to go get Milroe, who could average 50 rushing yards a game if he were to have an opportunity. He's one Sam Darnold injury away from being in a good situation as well with Jackson Smith and Jigba. Final name is Jawan Johnson. This is for contenders only because of the age. He's just ranked way too low. You know, go ahead and trade a fourth round pick, a third round pick for Jawan Johnson. Just had his best season. 11 points per game. It's not sexy. It's not great. 6 targets a game with the new quarterback. New quarterback, Tyler Shuck, seemingly likes this guy. Look at the last half of the season. take away this stretch of games from weeks 4 to week 6 where you average nothing. Look at this, man. 12, 11, 12, 19, 10, 10, 10, 7, 17, 14. You know what you're getting with Jawan Johnson. You're getting a serviceable tight end option, and I don't see that changing next season. I really, if you play Dynasty in 3-year outlooks, 3-year windows, and I think Jawan Johnson's 3-year window, you're probably going to get a 10 point per game average. The next 2 years, year 3, probably old, probably comes down a little bit. But Jawan Johnson seems to be the number 2 target here in this Saints offense with a new quarterback. So I like his outlook as well. I'd probably trade a 4th round pick because you're not going to be attached to him much longer, and maybe a 4th and some because the guy who has Jawan is probably not going to give him up, very easily. Those are the guys that I'd be looking to trade your picks for. I hope this video helped you find out kind of what the value of those picks is. Again, 2nd round picks. I'm not liking the way the 2nd round looks so far for 2026. Smash like, subscribe button, join the Patreon. Appreciate everyone. Thanks for watching.